All right. Well, hey, everyone. It's Rebecca Ruth. Thanks for joining me again today. Today, I have Dr. Pam with me. How are you, Dr. Pam?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Doing well, enjoying this hot summer weather. So
It is
hot.
hot. It is very hot right now. Very hot.
Very hot. But you know how I like to roll. I like to just jump right in. So, Dr. Pam, tell us where you are and what you do in the industry.
So right now I am in the DC metropolitan area. I live in Maryland. I work full time down in Washington, DC, but I also work, I have a home office because I have two businesses, a brand, and a podcast that I also work on. So yeah, I do a lot. Content writing. I'm a budget officer for the federal government. So that, that's where I spend a good bit of my time right now, especially working from home. But outside of that, I'm a writer, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and a CEO of two companies. And like I said, two brands. It's busy lady.
Sounds very busy. So Dr. Pam and I were introduced by Estella Jones, who we all saw on an interview earlier. And so I got the privilege of being on your podcast. So tell us a little bit about your podcast.
So my podcast is called Respiration Happy Hour. I have two co-hosts that host with me, and Cortina and Louisa, they're both amazing women. And the platform is to highlight women who are doing a lot of magnificent things out in this world, whether it's, being a CEO, whether it's being a great mom, whether it's being a writer. We have you as somebody who does fashion and fashion consulting. We've had publicists, we've had artists, music artists on there. It's really just about creating a space for positivity. And then we're just always real raw too. And then the bonus side is we get to sip while we chat. So we call it like cocktails and conversations. It's called Respiration Happy Hour because it's during happy hour at times, like 6 p.m.
Yeah, I had a real blast with you guys. I did not have a cocktail. I don't remember why I didn't that day.
Well, we do not always indulge. And so the other part is we do advocate that having fun is just not about alcohol, that it's equally a balance where it's just great conversation, and whether you're drinking water or a mocktail. So normally we give two drink choices. There's a mocktail and a cocktail recipe that we give with every episode.
Nice. So I probably have read this somewhere, reading all of your material, but how did the podcast get started?
Okay, so about almost 3 years ago, November, another classmate of mine and she had a brand called Respiration, and she created, and it was a visual, to do interviews and highlight these women. And then I told her, I said, well, I'm not a fan of the camera. Odd and shocking, I know. And I said, so let's make it twofold, where we'll have a visual, but then let's do a podcast. And I said, oh, let's name the podcast Respiration Happy Hour. So Respiration Happy Hour became my baby. And then when the visual part did not work out, she came along to do the podcast with me. We have since dissolved our business relationship, so I'm the sole owner of Respiration Happy Hour now. And then I collaborate with two other women that I have now as co-hosts.
Awesome. Yeah, the you guys really should listen to the podcast. They're hilarious.
We're all about having fun.
They really do bonding. Have fun. Yes, it does feel like topics. Yeah. It does feel like you're sitting and just like chit-chatting with your girlfriends, which is, I think, what you ladies were going for, was just kind of, you're sitting around chit-chatting with your girlfriends, and that's exactly what it feels like. So something that I didn't realize had been around for a little while is your brand. So backstory, I was on Instagram, just kind of doing my Instagram scroll, and I saw Dr. Pam's t-shirts and stuff, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this. Find out something new all the time. So tell us a little bit about your brand, your line. And I need a sports bra.
And you know what? That's a new addition. As you design different things, like I was designing, I'm actually wearing one now. This does not even exist because this was a test top.
I like that.
If anyone who really does starts doing t-shirts or, different brand and apparel brands, because I have, I'm actually going to do I have sports bras now. I have mugs, I have pillows, I have, clocks, and I have t-shirts. I have, tote bags and makeup bags. But the brand is called Unapologetic by Dr. G. And it's basically, just, I always say, live the way you shop, unapologetic. I think that we live our lives so consumed with how the world sees us and what somebody else wants. And I think to be able to live in that authentic space and not care, just be unapologetic with yours. I think fashion is risk taking. And so I feel like, I'm going to design something that, if it's Black promoted predominantly. And it's because I feel like there's enough already out there. I really wanted to put out a brand that showed our truth, natural hair, and just how beautiful it is. And I'm natural myself. And so that's what resonated with me when I created my brand. It's just literally being able to be unapologetic in the skin that you're in and loving it and embracing it. So the backstory on that is when I was speaking at a few different conferences and whatnot, people always came up and said, "Do you have a book?" I'm like, "Nope, not yet. I'm writing." So I created the brand as a way for people to remember who I was, because at the time I was writing my book. Now I have a book. A lot of people tend to buy the book and, whatever I have on me. If I'm speaking, I'll usually carry a few different t-shirts with me, or I have chocolates and stuff like that, giveaways and pins. Yeah, I have different things. I have notebooks. Actually, I have a notepad here that's on my, my desk.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's just different things that I have, just, because I'm going to have wine glasses soon whenever I'm out and about. If you ever have to, I have a very private event that's coming up, and my swag bags be off the chain. I do give, my swag bags, when I have people purchase swag bags, not only do you get t-shirts, you might get wine glasses, you might get a bottle of wine. So it just varies. I think that even when I'm packaging up things to take, I have tissue paper that's branded, boxes that are branded, bags that are branded. Let's see, because like here's one of the packaging boxes.
I love
that people
that.
get stuff
It's
in. Yeah,
at life, at love. What does it say? Life, love,
at
all things
life,
me.
at love, at all things me. So if you look here, the at symbol, when people say unapologetic, it's not just saying you're unapologetic. How? At life, at love, at all things me.
Love it.
And so that was why, and it's trademarked. So no one else can steal that idea.
Don't try
it. You can't steal that from me now. It's trademarked. But my brand is very personal to me. And so, yeah, just check it out. I have new stuff all the time, sweatshirts and everything.
So I'm amazed. First of all, it's very awesome. I love it. I love that mouse pad that you held up. And
Thank you.
I really didn't realize that it was all of this. I really didn't. So how did you do this? I mean, you don't have to like give out trade secrets, but how does one create a whole brand? Because you're talking about, what did you say? The tissue paper, the wrapping paper is branded. Like, how do you do this?
By the things that mean a lot to me. I'm a person that loves personal touches. And I just feel like if you are going to purchase from me, I want it to be an experience, because it's an experience for me. And while I could do the label maker and all this, I actually handwrite everybody's address on there because I like to personalize. Just like when people buy my book, you can only purchase the book from my website. And that's only because I love to be able to, I signature every book that leaves my office. Because I feel like if you're taking the time to, go to my website and shop, shopping should be a whole experience. It's therapy to me. I consider shopping therapy. I consider fashion therapy, and it's an experience. So I give them, my customers, an experience.
Yeah, I love that. Just that personal touch, in business as a whole nowadays, having that personal touch really does make you stand out. I mean, we have competitors, and we always will. So it's those little things that make you stand out compared to your competition. And I think that's, I'm not going to get into it because I had a terrible customer service experience today. So I won't even get into that. But that customer service really does it. That's what keeps people coming back and everything. But I'm like envision this whole thing. But it's also giving me life right now because I had the same, you know, idea in my mind to do some branding stuff like this. So it's very cool that you have done it. And I'm assuming, because you had mentioned like swag bags and stuff, I'm assuming you can, like, let's say I'm doing an event, can I purchase swag bags from you for my event, or can you do swag bags for me, or how does that work?
So I do sponsor some things. As a matter of fact, recently my brand I'm happy about was on Full Figure Fashion Week because I was one of the sponsors, along with a lot of other really high, much more well-known and established you know, stores and brands like Macy's and other brands. But I think that yeah, I've never had the request. I have, and I mean, for them I sent 10 shirts. And so from that, I've had several sales since. So I think it's all in how you do things. But if people want say, hey, I'm looking at doing a swag bag, if you are purchasing, or if you're saying, hey, you'd like me to be a sponsor, those are two different things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so I over the years, I've produced several fashion shows. So you would be like someone I would go to and say, do you want to be a sponsor and throw something in our swag bag?
Yes, yeah. But that's how you get your brand. That is really essentially how you get your brand out there. And I think one of the things that I love about my t-shirts is I dress them up and dress them down. You can find me in heels wearing them, with a blazer over them. I've had on really cute skirts and thigh-high boots with them. I want my shirts to be versatile and beautiful no matter what you are wearing. So if it's just saying I'm going to put it on with some sneakers and some shorts.
We lost you there for a minute.
Am I back?
There you go.
Okay.
The last thing I heard was some shorts. Put it on with some shorts.
Yeah. So if you want to, well, if you would like to wear, you know, wear some of my shirts with shorts and a t-shirt, you can totally do that. But here again, I said I've dressed mine up. Right. Where I can totally wear them out, almost going anywhere. They're very versatile.
Yeah, I love a versatile t-shirt. I love versatile pieces. My personal fashion sense, I guess, is not very trendy because I like to wear things that I can mix and match. They never really go out of style, you know, all that. So I love things that I can throw on, you know, with different outfits. So
classic
like
pieces.
Thank you. That's what I say all the time. I'm like, my personal style is classic. Yes, that's my personal, but of course, you know, we style all kinds of people. All kinds of styles, I should say.
Yes.
So your brand Unapologetic, is it unapologetic or unapologetically?
It's unapologetic. It looks like it's unapologetic by Dr. G is the trademark for it, but it's sometimes I just do unapologetic, and then sometimes it'll have the at life, at love, at all things me. It just depends on what it is that I'm designing at the time.
Got it. So it fits really perfectly with, you know, the platform that we're on, the Runway to Life platform. Obviously because it's you know, Runway to Life, as you know, it's a nonprofit that focuses on mental health awareness and suicide prevention, but they do it through fashion. So your brand really fits. It goes hand in hand with it really, really well. So obviously you started this brand and the Unapologetic. Where did that come from? That desire, that need to bring that message to light?
So when I wrote a book called I Am Not a Stereotype, I Am H-E-R. And I think it was therapy for me, when I wrote the book, and I felt like my voice had to be out there for just the way that I live my life and the decisions that I made trying to fit in and, you know, be what other people wanted me to be. And when I took control of my life and I live very unapologetically. And so while I even tell people unapologetic has become this really big thing, this goes back, I started writing my book, over 3 years ago, and I was using the word unapologetic. And so when I had to look at, if I had to choose a brand name, I'm going to choose unapologetic, except for I wanted it with a twist. I thought it was important because unapologetic is just out there. But when people say how and what does that mean, It really means to be unapologetic at life, at love, and at all things me. Because I just had to put that definition on there that I'm open to love because I love me first. I'm open to live because I know what it's like not to. And so all things me is just saying everything that you get from me is going to be me living in my truth, not because of someone else, but literally because I'm in control and take responsibility for every decision that I make. So my brand fits me perfectly. And I wanted to share that with the world because I think that if we all live that way, we will be much happier.
No, I love that. And, you know, it resonates for life in general. But it definitely, you know, is a huge message for the industry, for the fashion industry, because it is so hard, and we say all the time, don't compare yourself to other people and everything. But in this industry, it's so hard not to. It honestly is. You know, I'll be vulnerable and I'll put myself out there. Last week, I was talking to a stylist who's actually part of this group, and I told her that I wanted to respond to a post that she had put up, you know, about she was looking for models for a photo shoot. And I was like, it would be fun just to kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And then I was like, nope, never mind. Can't do it. Won't do it. But then it's like, you know, having conversation and back and forth with her, just kind of getting to the point of, you know what, fine. I might not look like that person, or I might not look like that model, but I'm just going to be me. And if she's happy with me, I need to be happy with me. And even if she isn't happy with me, to be honest, I need to be happy with me. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great message in general, but you know, since we're talking about fashion.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. People want to see representation. They want to see people that look like them.
Like them, exactly.
And so for me, that's what I look at. I'm not looking for the perfect model. I'm looking for someone that can wear it, and I'm going to probably look more like them to have a chance to say, I think I might try that. I might put a twist on it, but I actually might try it. So, I mean, I commend you. Are you going to model, or what did you decide on that?
I'm going to. So after talking to her, you know, okay, so this is the thing. My career started out as a model, actually, 11 years ago. I started out as a model, and I quickly left it just because it was too much pressure for me at the time. And so, you know, I took a seat behind the scenes, behind the camera, and that's really where I've been comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to challenge myself. Last year I did a runway show. I actually did 2 runway shows. Yes, last year. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to get myself back out there. So it's like, you know, when you see something and you feel that, like, you know, Mel Robbins says, she does the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's like, if you don't just do it, like, you know, just you feel that thing, just do it. So I felt it when I saw her pose, but I didn't do it. And then I talked to her, and I was like, all right, that's it. We're doing this. She's like, all right, now that I know. See, it's important to get someone like an accountability person, because she's like, now that I know what you want to do, I'm going to push you next time. And I'm going to say, come on now. You said you want, and I'm going to be like, that's exactly what I need. And sometimes you just need that, you know? Someone who can lovingly kind of push you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. And you know what? You don't get growth unless you come from your comfort zone. In worst case, even if you say, I don't like it, at least you tried it.
Exactly.
It's better to not like something after you've tried it than to not try it and then find out it is something that's meant for you and that you can love.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. So, you know, now that I've told everybody in this group, now everybody's gonna be like, remember what you said, Rebecca.
Yeah, I think it's important though. I mean, and I feel the same way about fashion. And when I'm designing, and I mean, like I said, I have all kinds of different t-shirts that just did not make the cut. And then, but here's the other thing I was saying, when I posted this one, somebody actually came and said to me, do you have that shirt? And I said, no, it was a test. And I've actually made it a limited edition. Not exactly this one, with different, the way that it's more or less now. I was playing with learning what I wanted logo to look like. So this one was a test one with the logo, and I went with a different one. But yeah, the one that's just like this, but with a better logo, or with my logo on it, I actually created as a limited edition specifically for one person. Wow. And then it ended up being one of my best-selling t-shirts.
Yeah, because I love that t-shirt, and I can see how that one.
Now I just have the one with the face. Yeah, I do have it with just the face, and that's how I had it. And so a lot of times those are my giveaways now. And so my other one, I'm deciding if I'm going to bring the limited edition back, because so many people have now seen my brand and want that one. I'm like, okay, I might have to include something else. I might have to bring it back, you know.
So basically, we have to keep an eye on your websites and stuff like that so that we can grab it when it comes out, is what you're saying.
But I always say, you know what, here's the other part. Hit me in my DM. If it's something specific, if you can have access to the designer herself, do that. I'm very responsive right now. I mean, right now I am, not to spam things, but I really do take feedback. And if people see me in something and it's my brand, and they'll say, hey, do you still have that one in my DM? I usually create it, or I won't put it on the website, but I'll make it available to them as a direct purchase. Yeah.
This is good to know.
Or I might put it up for a little while and say, I just put it up.
Go get it. Right. Go get it.
But I'm very responsive. And because I feel like, you know, if people watch me and they say, I'm in love with your brand, but you don't have this one, I don't see this one on the website. As a brand owner and as someone who is unapologetic about the things that I do, one of the best things you want is customer feedback. And my customers make me who I am. And so if I provide them great service, they will then tell someone else, who would tell someone else, who would tell someone else. And that's how you have brand growth. So I'm very responsive to different things. If there's not a specific color, if I can't get that color, I would just say I don't have that, but I do have something different. Or if it's, hey, can you put letters? Can you put your logo on this shirt because I really like it? I can make things happen.
Well, I can definitely vouch for you being very responsive. You are very responsive on, I think I reached out to you on Instagram, even though we're connected other places, but I think that's why I actually reached out to you for this. So, but that is good to know. I'm going to keep an eye out when I see something. I'm going to,
you got to keep an eye out because, you know, I take things down. And so what's out there right now will probably start getting ready to come down next month because we roll into fall. And I start putting back up and designing sweatshirts and t-shirts and long sleeve shirts. And I'm deciding if I want to add anything kind of sexier to it right now. I'm playing with designs to expand. And I just see, I don't know. I'm getting the feel of this whole designer thing.
I can tell you're enjoying it, which is good. I always say you gotta, you gotta enjoy what you're doing. It is. It's a lot of work, but it's also, you know, a lot of fun as well. But since we're talking about, you know, DMing and stuff, where can people find you on social media?
I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok and YouTube at I am Dr. P Gurley, IAMDRP Gurley. The Unapologetic brand now has its own Instagram page because I mean I have so many designs that are coming out now and so many different things. So you can log on there and hit the store from there too at Unapologetic by Dr. G. It's just Unapologetic, no @ symbol, no nothing, just Unapologetic by Dr. G. And if you get to my page, I actually have the link in there as well. You can also connect with on my podcast at that's my website I'm about to give because it's still linked to everything. It's on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Respiration Happy Hour. On Twitter, it is Respiration HH because it's too long. And you can hit my website at www.iamdrpgurley.com, in which you can catch up with everything I'm on, where I'm at for book tours. My calendar is out there, or my media that I've been in. My book is available on my website, and you can actually get to my podcast as well. So everything is right there available.
Awesome. So really, There's no excuse for you not finding her. She's everywhere.
I am. Look, I've even been in Forbes, so I'm like, I feel.
I did see that, yeah. And TikTok, I've got to check out your TikTok because I still have not ventured out to TikTok. What do you do on TikTok?
So, I am still learning TikTok. I realize that, I'm just not the one for the bunch of different steps that they're doing. I do try, and when I'm having some fun and whatnot, but no, I do TikTok not as often as I should. But a lot of times right now it's really hard that maintaining social media is really difficult because I'm in the process of writing 2 books simultaneously.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah. And I'm on a book tour, and so it becomes really difficult. But TikTok is fun. If you like to dance, TikTok is a good time. I'm a 2-stepper. Give me my 2 steps, and that's it.
I think I'm gonna have to be brave and venture to TikTok because people keep mentioning it. I mean, I've known about it obviously for a while, but I just been like, I'm not doing all that. But people keep bringing it up. So
it's cute and it's fun and it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe as soon as life slows down a little bit for me, I will get back out there. But just when you're creative, it's really, really difficult for to be on social media constantly trying to do a lot of other stuff,
Right.
like TikTok. I mean, YouTube is hard.
Don't get me started on YouTube. I can't. That's a whole other 30 minutes. I can't.
I just launched my YouTube channel, so please, you all, comment, connect, subscribe. Just come and hang out and have some fun with me. I do Unapologetic Moments by Dr. G. You never know what I'm gonna be saying. I actually have my little affirmation jar. I've been reading different things from. So it's just it's a lot of fun. Like my podcast, that.
Yes, I do. Fun. Yes. Her podcast is a lot of fun. Well,
I was going to say, if really quick, if you also know anyone that can want to be on the podcast, to definitely connect them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can think of a couple people, so I'll connect with you. But yeah, Dr. Pam, Dr. G, I call you Dr. Pam. So I just want to say thank you so much for, for just taking the time. It was a lot of fun to be on your podcast. So I appreciate you coming in, being on my little thing here and just sharing a little bit more about yourself and your brand and, I guess kind of in a way, supporting the Runway to Life and their mission and stuff like that. So I just really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what you have coming. Now you've piqued my curiosity of what's coming. So I'm definitely going to pay attention. And yes, if that t-shirt comes back out, please tell me.
I will let you know. I'll reach out and I'll make sure you get one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure as always, and it's great talking to you. And I'm glad this time I get to share my story because you got to share your story with me last time. So I'm very proud of what you're doing. And
thank you.
If you ever need someone to sponsor, I'm a big person about mental health and needing mental health. I'm here.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And I will talk to you later. I know I will. So that's why I say I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care. Have a good evening.
You as well.
Okay,
bye.
bye-bye.